Greetings, Keishlings. Keishan Prime here, doing my review of Seven Deadly Sins, Chapter 210, Emotion Maelstrom, and it kinda was, and some of it I still don't get after 3 readings. Anyway, at the beginning, Ludashel calls for an emergency reinforcement call from the Light of Grace, which is inside the Stigma headquarters. Nyarabasta is not listening. Eventually she does snap out of her mind control that Gowther had her under, and she realizes what's going on. The portal to the heavens realm of the goddess clan, whatever it is. I don't remember if it was actually given a name. But anyway, the Light of Grace is being corrupted into a portal to go to the underworld. Miraskella is the one doing that. I didn't see that happening. Considering I also kind of forgot there was a portal in there that led to the heavens. So, my bad. Anyway, but, so, yeah. Let's see. How was it? Everyone at the headquarters is like, oh, did you feel that? There was such a power, and it was just wiped out. And it was like, it had to have been 50,000, 100,000 demons killed. Excuse me. It was not quite so. It was actually just 2. Yeah, they were just cleansed of a lot of their demonic power. So, but then that's when they get the emergency call from Nyarabasta. She's like, there's 2 Ten Commandments in the Light of Grace and it's being corrupted. We must attack them. And obviously everyone's like, there's no way we can fight them. But she informs them that there are 2 that were sent in because they are probably not big hitting fighters. Heavy hitting fighters. Big hitting fighters. What the fuck am I saying? Anyway, but so they have a chance if they all just outnumber them and just beat them with sheer force of numbers. So then everyone starts to get a bit more like, okay, we may not have much of a choice, but we have maybe more of a chance. Then this one giant calls out Ro, who was talking to Hildegard. I didn't look up her name. There's kind of like a little bit of an attraction between those 2. Ro, which is the Bond-esque looking human. They said his name. The last few weeks I didn't know his name. He he brought up about, like, are you okay? I bet you don't like having a human as your guard. And she's like, no, that's fine. I just had something on my mind. It was about her brother. Or at least this version of her brother, because it's actually King and not Glozenia. But he's like, you have nothing to worry about. He is King of the Fairies. And it's like, tell me about him. And it's like, oh, he's nice and he comes to help me when, I'm in trouble. Well, that's kind of what's going to happen in a second now, isn't it? But if you actually read the chapter or watched my live reaction of it, yeah, little promotion there. Anyway, but God, I suck at that, don't I? Anyway, but yeah. But yeah, then when they got the emergency message from Nyarabasta, he's like, oh, I guess now it's our turn, or it's our time to move. And this one giant's like, you think you can defeat one of the 10 Commandments? And he's like, No, this you are mistaken. He draws his sword, he jumps up into the air, and slices the neck of the giant, killing him. And they're like, what? And a fairy starts like shurikens, leaf imbued with some kind of magic. He gets cut down and stabbed. And then it's like, it's like, what's going on? And it's like, gatekeepers, you must stop them from getting anywhere near the light of grace. And then they realize all of the gatekeepers have been killed by the other humans. The humans are their enemies. Like they are in most series, it seems like people are bad. Humans are always the worst of garbage, aren't we? Why? Anyway, but yeah. Turns out this is their plan all along. They only sided with the demons because there's a shared goal. To wipe out everybody else. Which then makes you wonder what's going to happen to them after. It's just humanity and demonity? Demonity? Is there a way to say that? But anyway, all demon kind. So, yeah. Don't know if they thought to think that far ahead. But anyway, while that's going on, Meliodas, King, and Diane have all sensed what's kind of going on. It's like there's something going on. I just know it. So Meliodas was going to lead them back, but he was told to stay back and watch Elizabeth, along with the two fallen Ten Commandments, Monspite and Darieri. Erie. I still don't know how to pronounce her name correctly. Anyway, and so the two of them start rushing onward. Galther apparently sensed at some point that someone was coming, and he goes and intercepts them doing this weird peekaboo bullshit. And yeah. Wasn't expecting him to do that. And then he kind of puts on this evil act, which I'm not... The whole last part was confusing for me. After even 3 readings, it didn't make any sense. So, yeah, maybe someone can clear that up in the comments, please, because I don't know. But anyway, that, Diane on the way had mentioned, that no one is born evil, so I don't know. The whole last part, if you've read it and make sense of it, please tell me. But King is starting to rethink some of his motives for kind of turning his back on Meliodas in the present timeline, because it's like as soon as he found out he was a demon, he didn't want to follow him anymore. Which I guess you could understand that given some of how the demons are, but especially considering the demon destroyed his home. But anyway, so yeah, Galther brings up he knows more about them than they know about themselves. I don't know if that's telling that he also knows that they're just mind swapped or something. I don't know. And King brings up a thing with the fact that they saved 2 of the 10 Commandments. That is this really helping their cause because they're fighting them in the present? Good point, but given how this is all set up as a mental trial kind of thing, is it really going to matter? I don't know. I don't think so. And let's see. Trying to think. What was some of the last stuff? Galther was just weird in this chapter. So, yeah. If you can help clear that up, it's most appreciated. But other than that, I did like the chapter. There was some interesting things there. I give it a 3, just for being kind of an average chapter. While enjoyable, it's just kind of average. But I am glad that the author did get better. to be able to do this. I wasn't expecting them to be back on the horse so soon. So that was nice. Anyway, so thank you for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Quiche Lings, roll out.